Prince of Persia, Lost Crown on the PlayStation 4. This is a research stream. The game that had a free demo earlier this year, excuse me, last year in 2024, which I did play. I don't remember how deep I got into it, but I remember going through some of it. So I know what to expect. This is also a game that I saw was on display in the summer of 2024 at the Smithsonian Museum, where they were studying games that were about, they were curated, games that were curated to be about exploring other worlds. They had the original Prince of Persia, and they had this game. And no one was able to get very far in it. Everyone was stuck on one particular level. I don't even know where it was. It might have been pretty late in the game. Explore the world with minimal map information. Available on Block Pass. Useful free. We're not going to do that. This was one of the more highly regarded games of 2024, as I recall. And of course, the game apparently bombed, and now the studio's probably in trouble. And Ubisoft Montpellier, I'm not familiar with. I'm pretty sure it's not the city I'm thinking of in Vermont. How hard might... Well, I'm pretty comfortable playing. No room for mistakes in combat. We might fix that a bit later. Permadeath will be absurd. Complete the game as quickly as possible. Yeah. This option activates a special game mode. That sounds fine. We're not going to worry about it. So we'll set it at the default difficulty level, which is Warrior. We'll crank it up later as we feel we need the challenge, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Ubisoft's actually been pretty good in terms of, I want to say Ubisoft and Square Enix, I want to say. We're pretty good about setting up sliders to make different parts of the game more or less challenging, depending on how comfortable you are with those challenges. Persian audio, by the way.
دیگر همانند کویر نمکین لوت نابارور شده بودند. چند تیر از تخت جمشید پرتاب شد. سرزمین پارس توسط کوشانیان، جنگجویان خونخوار شرقی، مورد حمله قرار گرفته بود.
Persian audio, by the way.
جنگجویان پارسی به هر قیمتی که بود از سرزمینشان دفاع کردند. اردشیر قهرمانانه مقاومت کرد، ولی نیروهایش یکی پس از دیگری بر زمین افتادند. آناهیتا آخرین جنگجویانش را به زمین نبرد خواند. پیروزی برای یوویشکا سردار کوشانی امری قطعی بود. تا اینکه تاریخ مسیری متفاوت در پیش گرفت. 7 جنگجوی گارد جاویدان بهترین مبارزان سرزمین بودند. یکی از آنها قرار بود شگفتی ساز شود.
Well, the music's been turned down, so I can actually hear myself think during the actual gameplay. Ugh. I don't think I've ever played as a Sargon before, but hey. Some internet personalities will appropriate as needed. Yeah, I want to say this part was in the demo. You can't play with the D-pad? No, you can't play with the D-pad. Yeah, fine. Does kind of suck you can't play a 2D game with a D-pad. What are you going to do? I guess they're assuming I haven't played a platformer before. R2? Can do. Yeah, this is not as deliberately paced as the original Prince of Persia. Or the Super Nintendo. I want to say the only Prince of Persia game I've actually played, as in seriously, was the Konami version that came out. That was very well regarded when it came out. That Prince of Persia game on the Super Nintendo, I forget who developed it, But it was one of those games that was like, okay, we're gonna abuse the color palette on that thing. R2? Okay. Just have to use that button occasionally. Ah, stupid. So I guess it does matter if I knock him into the spikes. But yeah, the original Prince of Persia was apparently one of those. I think it was a Jordan Mechner game, right? The guy who did Karateka. What? Okay. I think this might be the first video game I've ever played with a. Okay. I think it's the first game I've played with a Persian audio. Leave it to me. What was that demon I forgot that Japanese phrase. But yeah, like I said, it's the first. I think it's the first video game I've played with Persian audio. I don't think I've actually played a video game from Iran, but I did see a movie. What was that Last Kingdom movie? That was that animated film that Iran did. Never heard of it. At least I heard of it, but I never actually sat through it. I got finished watching it. It looked kind of like. It looked kind of like what was it? Like Prince of Egypt. Actually, looked more like the direct-to-video sequel to Prince of Egypt, that Joseph King of Dreams film. So it had kind of that vibe too, as far as the animation goes. But yeah, the combat was nothing like this in the original Prince of Persia games. This is just a more conventional, action platformer. A Metroidvania. Whereas the original game and all the 16-bit ports were basically, they were like, what was it? Out of This World. Flashback. They were puzzle platformers. More deliberately paced. I tend to believe a game like the original like a puzzle platform like Prince of Persia would not go well. I just tend to believe that. So, but the fact that this game didn't do very well feels more like, look, I guess people didn't want to play a 2D game. It's been 2024 was a weird year. But I think some people got into their heads that they didn't want to play a 2D game. Of course, thankfully I avoided most of the conversations on Twitter when this game launched. But yeah, on YouTube it was like, yeah, it looks like a mobile game. Got a wall jump. Still an easier wall jump than Super Metroid. Again, still one of my most popular videos of all time, telling people how to do a wall jump on the SNES Classic version of Super Metroid. I was never able to do it as a kid. Thankfully, I didn't have to do it to beat the game when it launched. But Super Metroid's a game where if you can wall jump, there are certain sequence breaks you can do and certain speed runs you can do. And I don't know if you need it. I don't know if you need it for a completionist run to get 100%. But yeah. We good? Parry. So perfect parrying. Not as hard as like Dark Souls or anything. Good? No, we're good. So do we have to beat these guys? Can we just run through them? Dialogue history. Whatever. I chose the alternate font, just so you know. I wanted a font with serifs. So stay mad, internet. Actually, I don't even think these fonts have serifs, now that I think about it. Yeah, there are some serifs. Anyway, this one's something that's easier to read on a phone screen, you know what I mean? I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to hook you all up. Get you some fonts that are easy to read with some subtitles that are easy to read. If I could do larger letters, I would. We gotta drop shadow. We have a transparent shadow and behind the subtitles too, so it's easier to read. That's right. So the frame rate dips below 60 during some of these cutscenes, but it's 60 during the gameplay when it matters. This game's rated T, right? Let me double check. Yeah, it's rated T.
چطور شباری ها؟ زندگیت همینجا تموم میشه.
نه اگه اول تو رو بکشم.
Okay, fine. Careful. Gotta do a parry on him. Ah. Nope, can't do that parry. Nope, can't do that parry either. Nope. Okay, so if I can't do the parry... No. I guess if I can't do the parry, I'll just avoid it. Whoops, stupid. So I guess I just avoid him at that point. I tried the parry. Wrong. I did it. I was probably supposed to do it. And he's off the horse. Ah, thought I blocked that. Okay, fine, I got a potion. Nope, can't do that parry. I guess I can't parry in the air. Oh, it's the wrong button, Okay, so I can parry in the air. I'm just pressing the wrong button. Okay, so yeah, L2 is the parry button. So what's the L1 button then? That works. T-rated. So basically, it's no blood. Bloodless, well, that decapitation. Like...
سیمرغ توانا محافظ پارس مدت هاست که ترکمان گفته. اگر دشمنان ما بخواهند سوء استفاده کنند به زودی خواهند فهمید که شجاعترین جنگجویان این سرزمین عامل نابودیشان خواهند شد.
So bloodless impalings in this game. Bloodless stabbings. You know how it is.
30 سال پیش پرنده مقدس سیمرغ شانه‌ام را نوازش کرد. این گونه اعتمادش را به من برای هدایت مردم نشان داد. امروز من تومیریس ملکه پارس دلاوری و وفاداری شما را تحسین می کنم گارد جاویدان. وهرام تو و نیروهایت بار دیگر سرزمینمان را نجات داده اید.
قسان شاهزاده پارس
جلوتر بیا سرگان.
کسان چاپ.
آوازه تو در گوشه گوشه تخت جمشید شنیده می شود.
So I'm watching too many Looney Tunes. Gasson chop. Probably inappropriate.
سارگان راشابار باد سیاهی که همه چیز رو در مسیرش نابود میکنه.
So is my name Gasson or is it Sargon? I don't know.
من این لقب انتخاب نکردم. نگران نباش.
Okay.
من اصلا اهمیتی
Oh, he's Prince Gasson. Sorry.
باد با خودش دانه‌های خرمن‌های آینده رو هم میاره.
Okay, so the character profile picture is wiggling around a bit. Interesting choice.
ممنونم شاهزاده قسان.
Yeah, the eyes blank and it's kind of drifting a little bit. It's like it's floating in water. It's a weird effect.
در شرایطی کمتر رسمی با هم آشنا بشیم. هر طور تو بخوای قسان.
Cool. Cool. Okay, so I want to say that would have been the end of the demo, right? Let's see. So we have that. So what does the L1 button do? What do you know? We have lore. GIF monarchy. Whatever. It's like lore to me. Oh, these are quest items. Okay, whatever. lore. L1's for an unknown ability. Thanks. I guess it'll be unlocked at some point in the game. Oh well. But I do like doing this backflip. So I wonder if that's like a thing we can do. I don't know if that's important for some of these mechanics. That might be interesting. There might be some... This is the kind of game where they might add some mechanics to the backflip, like certain counter moves or whatever. Oh, hi.
بهت افتخار میکنم سارگان.
من یوویشکا رو شکست دادم. ما تخت جمشید رو نجات دادیم.
واقعا؟ هزاران سرباز تو میدان نبرد مردن و دیگه آذوقه نداریم. پارس به سختی روی پاهاش ایستاده. کوشانیا قطعاً برمیگردن.
If the name of this town is Persepolis, that's not how they said it in Persian. So I'm curious what the name of the town is in Persian.
به همچین موقعیتی میگی پیروزی؟
Like it's probably like the Greek. It's probably like the Greek word for the Persian city. The Greek translation of the word probably.
من اجازه دادم غرورم به جام فکر کنه.
Yeah, city of the Persians. That would make sense. That would make... I don't speak Greek.
یه جنگجو در سفرش همیشه جای پیشرفت داره.
Be thankful I'm not the person trying to translate Homer's works.
وقتی دیگه چیزی تو مسیر باقی نمیمونه، یه جنگجو براش سوال میشه.
So I do want to read the Odyssey again. I read it back in middle school.
انتهای شمشیر من چیه؟ من میدونم.
I never read the Iliad actually. I never got a chance to read it in school.
جوابی براش داری؟
امشب به جوابش نمیرسم. شاید یه نوشیدنی کمک کنه.
ممنونم. ولی مسائل دیگه ای هست که باید بهشون بپردازم. تو مایه تبدیل شدن به جنگجویی بی‌نظیر رو داری سارگان.
میدونم. فقط بشین و تماشا کن.
به وهرام گوش بده. اون تو رو توی مسیر درست نگه میداره.
Does this take place, like how, I mean, like, I guess the question is, how long ago in Persian history would this take place? Because obviously there was like a Persian Jewish population. But I'm not sure if this would have preceded, well, even then. It depends on how far back in time we're going. Yeah, it's kind of canned. The animation's kind of canned, like a pinball game, but... But it serves the purpose of making sure you can get from one ledge to the other. But I love doing these backflips. Or what other game is that? I'm wondering what other game, because it's like you can move forward before you do the backflip, which is kind of a nice touch. And you can stop floating backwards. You have some air control during that backflip too.
اون همه چیزو از مادرش گرفته، چیز دیگه ای نیست.
آراد، شما اصلا به هم نمیای.
کی به کی نمیاد؟
ها، این بچه بالاخره تصمیم گرفت بهمون ملحق شد.
قهرمان امروز.
تحت الحمایه جدید ملکه.
پس دیگه الان داری با اشرافیت خاطی میشی، نه؟
یا شمشیراتو برای فرماندار ساتراپ شدن معامله میکنی؟ هر چقدر میخواین بخندین. کی امشب یه سردار کشت ها؟
تشویقش نکن سارگان.
معنیش فقط اینه که تحت تاثیر قرارشون دادی.
درست میگه. تحت تاثیر قرار گرفتی.
اگه میخوای یکم آرومتر صحبت کنی، من همین اطرافم.
Hey. Yes, we got the Dora Milaje here, I guess.
آره، اون هنوز تو اتاق تخت سلطنتیه. بفرما. لابد رو دستمزدمون رو تحویل میگیره.
چه دستمزدی؟
آرتبان یه خروار دستمزد میگیره.
دارم صداتو میشنوم منالیاس.
خب، حالا که معروف شدی ما رو یادت میمونه.
دارم سعی میکنم متواضع بمونم و بفهمم انتهای این شمشیرم چیه.
به نظر میاد جناحی تا ذهنتو درگیر کرده.
یه جورایی به روش خودش.
Kind of weird that the hero is like the shortest. He's like Prince. He's like the shortest dude here. But he brings the noise though.
میدونی کاری که کردی خیلی بی‌نظیر بود.
Yeah, the artist formerly known as Prince. Sorry.
باید به خودت افتخار کنی. همه همین حسو داریم.
یکی از ما سردار کوشانی و شکست داد. بی.
Bye, Apollonia.
و تو افتخار شیر
Oh,
سفیدی.
wait.
از دست شما سربازای گارد جاویدان. تو طالع شما همیشه عظمت بوده.
حالا شجاعت سارگون هم یه مورد دیگه به کتاب‌های تاریخی اضافه میکنه.
ما شهر رو ایمن کردی. مردم دارم نیتن.
این مکالمه قشنگه ولی میشه دیگه بریم جشن بگیریم؟
Actually, are we in what would be modern-day Tehran, or are we in another part of Iran?
پاتوقمون غذا و نوشیدنی رایگان داره. فهرام تا بابا میای.
Yeah, because Iran, I believe, is on the southern. It's on the southern edge of a mountain range, as I recall.
از دستش نمیدم.
In fact, I want to say like the outskirts. Yeah, I want to say there's like a boulevard or something. Anyway.
رهبری و بهته بگیر سارگون. آخرین بار تو باش صحبت کردی.
Everyone is taller than I am.
قصانو پیدا کنیم.
I'm a short D man. Wish I was a little bit taller. Yeah, everyone's taller than me. What gives? I mean, we stand a short king sometimes, but Bye. What are we doing here, by the way? We head in a particular direction? Uh-oh. So it's whatever. It's an ultimate attack, isn't it? Yep, that's right. It's an ultimate attack. So it's like a combo meter that gets built up if you don't take damage. Okay. Hold L2 and square. Like that. I'm pressing square. L2. Okay, I had to let go of the button first. Sorry. I had to let go of L2 first. Okay, so it's an ultimate attack. So the bottom right-hand corner of the screen shows the L2 button. Then when you hold it down, it shows you what the ultimate attack you can do.
اینجا چه خبر شده؟
قصد کشتن تو نداشتم سارگون. خودتو درگیر نکن.
از سر رام برو کنار.
So is this a straight-up fight, sir, or another cutscene?
اون دیگه چی بود؟
تو هنوز بچه‌ای.
Full Metal Alchemy.
پیدات میکنم قسم.
I guess he couldn't go around it. So we're rescuing the prince, not the princess?
شتاب شمشیر برای خود نمایی نبود.
Back to business. Dodge with R2, okay. Well, careful. That's what the R2 button's for. I dodged that. So R2 is the dodge button. That's nice to have. Okay, so that's the run button, okay. Yeah, the slide button. Nope, not that time, dog. Crap! Wasn't expecting to die there. I hope there better be a good checkpoint. Oh well. Okay, so during that R2 button, you can kick out of it. I thought I dodged that. Ow, 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 ow! Yeah, that kick, that rising kick. Ah, crap. Do I dodge that too? So we can interrupt a lot of his attacks. Yeah, we can interrupt a lot of his attacks by mashing on the square button. Oh, I dodged that. Ah, got me again. Well, I could use a potion. That probably wouldn't be a terrible idea. Yeah, though I dodged that. Yeah, I think I interrupted that. Ow! Did I interrupt him there? Yeah, I thought I interrupted him during that red charge. Okay, so I used my one potion here and just don't screw it up. Nah, didn't dodge it. So what's the timing I have to do to dodge that? Okay. Okay, so I didn't dodge it that time. So I didn't dodge it. Okay, so I dodged it that time. Yeah, okay. That was a really sloppy three-hit combo. So I dodged that. Okay, so didn't dodge it that time. Dodged it that time. That crap. That crap. Well, drank the potion, dodged it, I guess. Didn't dodge it that time. That crap. Interrupted him one of those times. Wrong button. That did it. Held the L2 button for that. L2 plus the square button for that. I had it charged up.
آناهیتا چه خبره؟
سارگان اون کی بود؟ گمونم آناهیتا رو دیدم. اونم درگیر این ماجراست؟
بله اون شکی توش نیست.
بهرام، نیروهایت را جمع کن. برای پیدا کردن شاهزاده قسام به کوه قاف بروید. اردشیر و سربازانش در راهند. باید از هر کمکی استفاده کنیم.
شما رو ناامید نخواهیم کرد اعلی حضرت.
برش گردانید. پسرم را برگردانید.
Yeah, okay. So I might have to turn up the music a little bit. That's fine. Yeah, let's stop the installation. I'm trying to record the... I'm trying to install Sonic X Shadow on the Xbox.
آناهیتا شاهزاده قسان از این دروازه ها برد.
نمیتونم تصور کنم چرا آناهیتا همچین کاری کرده.
سارگان تو اونو از من بهتر میشناسی. نظر تو چیه؟
So there's no autoplay for this dialogue, huh?
با عقل جور در نمیاد. اون همیشه وفادار بوده.
میخواد برای خودش قدرت به دست بیاره.
اصلا منظورش چیه؟
ممکنه سیمور ناپدید شده باشه، ولی این خدای توانا قبلا تو کوه قاف زندگی میکرد. شاید هنوزم همینطوره.
همیشه سیمرغ بوده که پادشاه ها ملکه آینده رو تعیین میکرده.
آناهیتا احتمالا میخواد موهبت سیمرغ را به دست بیاره.
ولی چرا باید شاهزاده قصه رو بدزده؟
بهش نیاز داره. دروازه معبد سیمرغ فقط برای افراد خانواده سلطنتی باز میشه.
آناهیتا عقلش از دست داده. اینطوری هیچ وقت محبت سیمرغ رو به دست نمیاره.
نمیتونیم مطمئن باشیم. به هر حال ممکنه سیمرغ ضعیف شده باشه.
در هر صورت شاهزاده قصان در خطره. وقتی دیگه بهش نیازی نداشته باشه اونو میکشه.
گارد جاویدان به دنبال من. بیایید بردشیر کمک کنیم و شاهزاده قصان رو پیدا کنیم.
همینجا منتظر من باش. نگران نباش. زیاد طول نمیکشه.
Yes, this is an Elden Ring. We don't get to ride a horse through this Metroidvania. So is the game actually started? Like the actual Metroidvania game, is that started? Yeah, actually, where would well, I don't even see a map. I thought I saw a flashing thing, maybe. It might have just been nothing. Okay. I am wondering when the actual game starts. This game was notable because it was one of those games that was released for the Nintendo Switch as a multi-platform game, but it ran at 60 frames a second on the Switch, which is great because it's the ideal situation. You get a game that runs well on a Switch, then you put it in a PS5 and it runs amazing. I think it did 120 hertz, I'm not sure, 4K 120. But the complaint when this game came out from some of the people who saw the reviews was that, yeah, it looks like a mobile game. I'm like, dude, it's a 2D Metroidvania game with 3D graphics. Stop complaining. I mean, it looks like a PS2 game, to be honest. I'm not complaining. A widescreen PS2 game would be pretty awesome.
نه، اما دربارش خوندم. این مکان زمانی محل کاخ داریوش بوده. دین، پزشکی، طالبینی، هندسه، جبر. همه ی دانش ها اینجا جمع آوری و در کوه قاف محل استقرار دژ بزرگ حکمت بوده.
خب
I did rent the Switch version before. I never played it, but I did rent the Switch version previously, so I'll play that game a bit later to do a frame rate check, but I'm pretty sure it's 60.
هیچ کس زنده نمون تا داستان رو تعریف کنه. و حالا فکر کن شاهزاده قصان درگیر این ماجرا شده. هیچ کس نمیدونه چی در انتظارمونه.
Yeah, this might be like one of the last, like, well, it's not AAA, arguably. It's more of a AA game. This might be one of the last, multi-platform Switch games that runs at 60 frames a second. I mean, obviously there's some indies that do the same, but it's almost like, if you were to make a list of, like, Switch games in 2024 that ran at 60 frames a second, this probably wouldn't have been on the list. Yeah, can't do a double. Can I grab onto that? Yeah, I should be able to grab onto that. Nah, oh well, I'll worry about it later. I might get it dash later, Huh. Nice floating statue in the background. Reused assets from Assassin's Creed, maybe.
من یه جنگجوام، نه یه پیشگو.
منجمد در حین سقوطش.
انگار که زمان متوقف شده.
Sure. Yeah, I guess you could reuse those Assassin's Creed assets if you need to. Maybe change the face. There we go. Now I can't get up there yet. We'll get around to it. Yeah, if there's a double jump or some kind of dash jump, I'm probably going to be able to get to that later. You know how it is. In the old days, you would tease people with items and platforms they can't reach yet.
هوشیار باشین. شاهزاده قصان خیلی دور نشده.
یه چیزی اینجا درست نیست. ما باید با احتیاط پیش بریم.
البته منولیاس میتونی مثل جونوری موزیک ترسید از بین سایه حرکت کنی.
جدی میگم آراد. اینجا یه حضور عجیبی هست. منم میتونم حسش کنم. تنها یه را واسه فهمیدنش هست.
پس بری.
So Sonic X Shadow Generations is installing on the Xbox One. So I got a couple of games from 2024 I'll be able to play at least. I mean, I'm not expecting this to be the next, Bloodstained. But at least a decent 2D Metroidvania would be nice to have. So I'm hoping this one holds up. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Bloodstained. Which one? What was the subtitle? The 2.5D game that I played on this channel. I can never remember the name. It's not Castle of the Moon or whatever. I have it. I own that game. Is it the Switch version? Actually, I think I only have the cartridge. I only have the cartridge. I don't have the box. But I did have the Xbox One version, I want to say. Not there. Nope. I've sold it. So I guess I own at least one version of the game. I just don't remember which one.
ما میریم به سمت شهر. ما با هم جایی نمیریم. تو فقط جلوی دست و پای منو میگیری. تو این قضیه تنهایی.
Okay, Sonic's ready to go. Where's the save point? That's right, I can run with the R2 button. So after you slide, you press the R2 button to slide, or if you hold down the R2 button in midair, you'll start running as soon as you land. And that little icon shows where you shows which direction you'll launch in once you dismount. What's that? No. That's why I know where the save point is. Where would that be? First of all, is there a map? I mean, of all games, you think you would have a map in this game. It doesn't see a map, so it might be, yeah, I'm going to have to unlock the map ability on my D-pad. Or on my trackpad, which would make sense if I'm being honest. Yeah, that sounds like the kind of ability that would be unlocked eventually. So I got the 20 crystals. Don't know what that's for. I guess is that used to buy crap? I don't know. This game didn't come in the manual. But yeah, your platforming ability is way better in this game than it was in the original. Game. Like it's an actual platformer, like an actual action platformer. It's not trying to be a puzzle platformer. We have to hold down the button to walk more slowly and avoid tripping traps. It's not that kind of avoid tripping booby traps. Not that kind of game. Like the original Tomb Raider probably has more in common with Prince of Persia than this game does. And of course, the later Tomb Raiders became more traditional action games at some point. They became more traditional. Yeah, the reboots were more traditional character action games. I didn't play very much of Tomb Raider 1, honestly. I'll get around to playing it because it's supposed to be laptop friendly. Nowadays, it's laptop friendly. I mean, it was on the original. It was on the Xbox 360. So there you go. Rise of the Tomb Raider, I guess, had its charms, but I got bored with that one pretty quickly. Hold down in midair for that little jump. Careful. Careful. Yeah, you can hold up for a launcher. Hold up and attack for a launcher like that. Give me the loot. But yeah, now I am very curious. You can you can do a switch. You can switch directions. That's kind of a nice touch. Okay, so I can't go there. Can I go up? Should be able to go up. Yeah, there you go. That's cute. Careful. Ow! So I can crank up the music a little bit. Disable the screen shake. Yeah, Let's make it easier on people trying to... Let's make it easier on YouTube when the time comes to encode this video. Actually, more visible feedback. Oh, okay. We'll see if that makes a difference. Interaction markers. Not yet. We're not going to do guided. Turn the character in the direction of the anime. Okay, that's interesting. Aim assist sounds amazing. Create portals to skip chat. Now that's cool. Sonic Generations, Shadow Generations. Okay. So it's you can play either the original Sonic Generations or Shadow what's Shadow Generations then? I didn't know it was I thought it was a new game. I didn't know it was just a remake of an existing game. Huh. Yeah, they got Sonic Generations there. That's interesting. So yeah, I'll be playing a few more games from 2024. Obviously, your boy doesn't have a current gen console, but as you can see, I'm able to have a good time with these older ones. My backlog is ridiculous. So I mean, like when I get a PlayStation 5 in the next like 4 or 5 years, I'll eventually get around to playing the Rebirth. In fact, I haven't even finished the first Rebirth. I haven't even finished playing the first Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know what I mean? So why bother? I mean, I was playing Sonic Frontiers for the first time last month. Well, earlier this year. So I'll be finishing that. Like I said, my backlog is stupid. So it's like, why? I'm not even worried about the next gen, honestly. Which is I'm probably one of those people who's still playing on. Obviously, I'm one of these people who's still playing on a PlayStation 4. And if they stop making games on it, then I'll just play my backlog. And my PC backlog is ridiculous. So again, I have a Switch. So I used a bunch of store credit to buy a Switch back in 2022. So there's really no reason for me to... And my Switch backlog is ridiculous. Even then, like, you know, I'm still eventually getting around to playing, you know, your Mario Odysseys and your... I still have Breath of the Wild and the Wii U. I mean, I didn't even buy the Switch version. Because I bought the Wii U version like 5 or 6 years ago when it was on sale. So yeah, the Switch version runs better. I guess we can go down here. What's that? If that's just lore, I'm gonna ignore that. Ignore the lore. This isn't that kind of channel. Now what? Oh, this is the save spot.
تو اینجا چی کار میکنی؟ این مکان برای یه بچه خیلی خطرناکه.
Well, I'm 13 years old.
نگران من نباش. من دژو بهتر از هر کسی میشناسم.
But no, I did not like Sonic Generations.
قدم به قدمشو بلدم. حتی جاهایی میرم که بقیه نمیتونن.
So maybe she's the mapper. Maybe she's the map maker.
من با همه موجودات صحبت و بحث کردم. و همه درختای اینجا رو میشناسم.
مثل این یکی؟ همشون مثل اینه؟
این درختها خاصن. اسمشون واک واکه.
Whack whack. Whack!
اونا خالص ترین آسرا رو دارن. پس زیر برگاشون بیست تا انرژی تو بازیابی کنی. درختای واک واک زیادی تو کوه قاف هست.
So it's like a bonfire, I guess.
توی که میگی همه چیزو میدونی به هم بگو ببینم. ما دنبال سربازایی مثل خودمون هستیم. شاهزاده ما توسط آنا یه سردار دزدیده شده. همچین کسی رو دیدی؟
یه شاهزاده؟ خیلی وقته که شاهزاده ای اینجا نبوده. من فقط تو رو دیدم. خب اگه دوستتو توی کوه قاف گم کردی پس نیاز به یه چشم سرگردان داری.
اون دیگه چیه؟
یه چیز خیلی نادر و قدیمی. بیا مال تو.
New item acquired. Yeah, that's what I needed. Perfect.
زود باش امتحانش کن.
Fantastic. So now we can actually play the video game.
بیا بذار یه کلک باحال برای به خاطر سپردن مکانا تو کوه قاف بهت نشون بدم.
It allows you to capture images. We already did that, so we're fine. What you gonna? What does that say? Unreachable passage. What you gonna? Abilities. Okay. All right. So yeah, Metroidvania stuff. Use memory shards to capture images of the environment, which will automatically... Oh, okay. That's cool. Don't forget to capture images of your surroundings to add them later. Yeah. So that's cool. So it's kind of like waypoints in Breath of the Wild. So press or hold down to create a memory. And we got it right here. But I might not... Well, I guess they're saying come back later.
من اسمتون نمیدونم.
اسم من فریباست.
منم سارگونم. سرباز گارد جاویدان.
چه تاثیرگذار.
Sounds like an anime hero.
خب سارگون، مطمئنم تو کوه قاف هم دیگر رو میبینی. وقتی بتونم یافته هامو باهات در میون میذارم. ولی برای این کار به کریستالای زمان نیاز دارم.
کریستالای زمان؟
به کوه قاف خوش اومدی.
Okay. So the research stream is done. We'll tease the next part of the video by saying, okay, now that the actual game has started, let's see what we can find. I like a good Metroidvania, so let's see how this one holds up. Recorded this audio with my Turtle Beach Recon headset plugged into the gamepad, and we'll be coming back to Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown on the PlayStation 4. That was the research stream for the prologue.